Jim, Senator Lummis recently introduced the Autonomous Vehicle Acceleration Act of 2025. What are your thoughts on this bill?
Well, I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great marker for a broader discussion, both on Capitol Hill and the administration and the industry at large, to talk about how we can eliminate barriers, whether it's regulatory or otherwise, to get to commercialization of autonomous cars and trucks. And, we've had these discussions on Capitol Hill before, but with the Republican controlled Senate and Republican controlled House, maybe this has a more realistic chance of getting across the finish line or some variation of her bill. But it's a great start, Grayson. It's a fantastic start.
It's a great start, and it emphasizes American leadership because in the bill, I want to quote this exact language here from the bill for you, Jim. It says, in quote, maintaining global leadership in autonomous vehicle technology will enhance the competitiveness of the United States, foster economic growth, and spur innovation across the domestic manufacturing sector. This is exactly why we created the Council for Economic Resilience. I was very happy to see this language in this bill. Is this a sign that Congress is realizing that autonomy is good for the economy?
Absolutely. And I find it interesting that a senator from Wyoming, right? I mean, you wouldn't think of Wyoming as being the economic epicenter of the states. But yeah, it's fantastic. And it does show that Congress and all across the country have come to the realization that automation is good for the economy, good for the country, good for the resiliency of the supply chain. I'm glad and applaud her for her leadership on this issue.
Absolutely, fully agree on the leadership there because she's doing what's right for every single member of the American public. If this bill is signed and passed into law, what tools does this give Secretary Duffy?
Well, it does a few things. So when you're a regulator, anytime you have Congress either mandating or even just dropping bills supportive of your agenda, it's a great support, right? So that you're on the right track. So I think it gives Secretary Duffy and the DOT, the marker that Congress is supportive of automation, supportive of autonomous vehicles, and wants to see something done. I can tell you that, in the bill it talks about the Secretary should do an analysis of obstacles and barriers to the commercialization of autonomous vehicles. I can tell you that this particular Department of Transportation already has that playbook done. I was part of it when I was there at FMCSA back in Trump 45. FMCSA and NHTSA worked very closely with one another to do an analysis of what needed to be done on the regulatory basis to bring down barriers and to help promote the adoption of autonomy. So it again signals to the department that Congress wants this done and has your back to get it done.
As the executive director of the Council for Economic Resilience, what would you like the American public and our elected officials to know about the importance of this bill?
We advocate for any and all policies that support the adoption of automation, including autonomous trucks and vehicles, for the benefit of the United States economy and for all the citizens across the country. And the Senate Lummis bill is a great foundation to assist in the adoption and the commercialization of autonomous passenger vehicles and trucks. And so we will help garner support for her bill, both on Capitol Hill and amongst the constituents. So we applaud her and we thank her for her leadership.
Senator Lummis, thank you for your leadership in putting the American public and the American economy first. The future is bright. The future is autonomous. The future is a thriving autonomous vehicle and truck industry in the United States.